So this is the first part of my setup. One of the most important parts of my setup. This is my microphone. It is the HyperX Quadcast. I love this mic. It's like super easy to use. Fits on all mic stands. And super easy. Tap to mute, tap to unmute. It has so many different settings for like gain and how it wants to be picked up. If it's picking up you, if it's picking up more than one person. It's just a super dynamic mic. Has a lot of different volume levels and it's really easy to use. From mic to headset, this is my headset right here. It's the HyperX Cloudflight S. I love this headset, by the way, like for real. It's wireless, but you can also use the cord with it. And I get up, I do a lot of moving around, so having a wireless headset is super important. I've always loved HyperX. Like growing up, I watched a lot of Twitch streamers, and everybody had a HyperX headset and I always wanted one, so I finally got one. There's a lot of like buttons on the side for different things, just different tones, values, like ways you can hear yourself. You can also connect my headset directly to my mic, but it fits my head perfectly. Like fits the head perfectly, like comfortable for the ears, noise cancellation. Like I love it. Like when I put these on right here, like I'm in the zone. The Razer Mambo wireless. I love this mouse. Shout out the Razer. I've tried out a bunch of different mice that I'm not a fan of. A lot of like mice, they have weights in them and whatnot. And what makes this mouse so great is how light it is and the size of it. Like it's just perfect for my hand. Look right here, boom. Look, I even have two of them. But yeah, I'm a big fan of like wireless products. I feel like wires always get in the way and I'm terrible at wire management. But I got two, and the reason I have two is because I messed up the side grip on this one. So now on this one, the side buttons don't work. But everything else about the mouse like works fine. That's my doing, it's not Razer's fault at all. But yeah, this was my mouse and it's perfect. So when I do play mouse and keyboard games, I can whip it super fucking hard. Look at that. So this right here is my keyboard. This is the Corsair Lux gaming keyboard. And shout out to my homie Jason. I got this from Jason when we were in Oklahoma. And that was like pandemic, like 2020. So I've had this keyboard about 2 years and it's gotten me through everything. From gaming to editing. It does it all. It's a mechanical keyboard. Not mechanical. It's not a full-size keyboard though. It's 70%, so it doesn't have the number pad on the side. And it does more than just, just type. I'm able to control, sound, the brightness on my screen, a lot of things from this keyboard. So this keyboard does it all. With all these gadgets and devices, I need this bad boy right here to plug them all in. Or at least I used to. But this is it's a SaberNet USB hub. And it has 7 extra USB slots. I even have another one with 4 because I was gaming off a laptop, so I had to use like all of them literally to like plug in my whole setup. Is what it looks like, and this thing is powerful. Like it's so powerful that right here it has its own power supply. So like this doesn't like plug straight into the computer. You have to plug this itself into an outlet to give this power to power everything else. And it does its job, and it does its job very well. So with my SaberNet device comes the things that I need to go with it. So this right here is an HDMI splitter, and this is what I use to essentially plug my computer in to other things. So if I remember, like you see me gaming on my PS2, or if I want to plug in my PS4 or anything like that, I would essentially use this to connect my my screen from my PlayStation to my laptop, and this helps splits it so that I can use both screens, one for chat and like video, the other for gaming. Now with these also comes these 2 little awesome USBs, and what these are HDMI video capture cards. And essentially what that does is it allows me to I love retro gaming. Like retro gaming is the best. I'm a big Xbox 360, PS3 person, big PS2 person, which I still have to this day. And essentially I plug this USB part, into my computer, and I plug the HDMI part into the PlayStation 2, and I have a PS2 adapter that goes with it, and it lets me game on the PS2. And I can use this for any capture because everything nowadays takes HDMI. So here we have one of my favorite purchases. I'm a controller player, right? And we'll get to that later. I got something special for that. But this foot pedal right here, what this allowed me to do is I use my foot pedal not for in-game action, but strictly for Discord and communication. So I either set my foot pedal, right? Because I only have one now. I plan on getting a dual foot pedal in the future. It's on the side there. But I set one for push to mute and the other push to deafen because I play on controller, so that way it just allows me to quick press, boom, talk to my teammate. Right, so boom, right here, right here. It literally has a foot on it. We have my Elgato Stream Deck, and I love this purchase because it made my life so much easier. So if you don't know, right, what an Elgato Stream Deck is, essentially what it does is you can set it to anything and it helps you transition scenes. So you can set all these to a capture, right, on OBS, whether it be a transition, an intermission, if you want to run your socials, or if you have an ad or anything you need to play. You can set it to any of these buttons and you just click it and it'll pop up in your chat, or it'll switch scenes, or whatever you need to do. Like, it's the jack of all trades. The next important part to my setup, which right now is more prevalent than ever, is my camera. Now, I can't put my camera on the table and show it to you guys because the camera's over there recording. But I have a Sony RX100 Mark III, and this is going to be my new webcam. So your boy gonna be looking a lot sharper, a lot crisper. Ooh. But ignore if I have any like pimples, or if there's a booger or something, or a hair slip, just ignore it. You know, we're not perfect. At least I'm not perfect. I'm pretty damn close though. With this camera comes, well, it didn't come with it, but I bought it. It's a dummy battery. And the reason it's called a dummy battery is because it never dies. So it's a USB charged battery, and you plug this in and you plug it into your camera, and your camera will literally never run out of battery. This is my new monitor. It is a BenQ 144 hertz monitor, which I love, but I got this from a friend. Shout out to my boy Moises, coming in super clutch with this, and this was pretty much a gift essentially, and it's super awesome. And I like the stand that's on it because the stand has a lift, so if you don't like your monitor like low or at a medium height, you can raise it up super high, angle it down, and I cannot wait to put this one to use. These are control freaks, and if you don't know what a control freak is, well, to keep it simple, they're these. They're grips, right? They go on your thumbsticks on your controller, and they pretty much make things so much easier. Scuff Reflex. It's the PS5 model for FPS. So what this has, right, you can start on the back, is the digital bumpers, which are super important to me because essentially makes it like where I don't have to like hold down super hard, press super hard, like I click it, boom, it goes. And I was on the Impact before this, so I'm used to the 4-paddle design. And what I like about the PS5 model specifically is the paddle placement on it. It makes it so much more convenient for me to like press my paddles, and I don't have to take my hands off the buttons, or off the thumbsticks. Shout out to Nick, shout out to the M-Fam. Rock with you heavy. Keep dropping controllers, because if I have the means, I'm gonna buy them. And hopefully one day, you know, me and Scuff have a partnership and I'm able to build my own controller. That would be fucking super dope. But until then, we're on this one. And last but not least, we have the coup de grace. This is my new baby. Like literally, I just want to hug it, kiss it. Can you marry inanimate objects? Because I would. Shout out to my boy Ty at My PCs, because he built this for your boy ground up, inch by inch. And I just want to take a second to thank everyone who's been rocking with me, you know, not just in content creating, but in my personal life, family, friends. We work hard, you know, like content creating, another job, all that to finally get to this. Let me tell you what's inside of it before we break down into tears. But this is it's a supercomputer. It's built for streaming and gaming. It has a Ryzen 9 5900X. It's CPU cooler. It's a NZXT Z53 GIF cooler. For our motherboard, we have a B550. Shout out to the homie Ty for the 550. I appreciate you for that one. He hooked it up for real. For RAM, we have 16 gigs of RAM, 3200 megahertz. We have 1 terabyte of storage in here. We have, shout out to the homie Moy. Moy found a really good graphics card. He found me a 3080 at an insane price, which is insane, like for like what he got it for. Shout out to Moy. I love you forever. I owe you one. I have not forgotten. For our case, this is a Genesis Pro case, and it has 6 RGB fans, 3 in the front. There's 1 in like the middle here, and I believe there's 2 in the back. And for our power supply, we have a Corsair RM850. Yeah. So that's what's in this beast of a computer. And here's what the setup looks like now.